Hey everybody, it's the natives. We're hanging out, gonna do a little community chat and grow. Thank you, D-Man, for being here. Popping in already. He's listening while he's cooking.
A little bit of clickbait.
It's not bait if it's there.
I was gonna say it's not really bait. It's just I didn't feel like it's too hot. I just don't give a shit. It's just too hot.
Oh, he's got the Cash App link for us saved already.
Yeah, he shares it every time he comes in.
Bud Files, how's it going? Let me invite guests. Leave a comment. Post the link.
So is it pre-native or what? I remember I had the other. Yeah, I have that one. Okay, yeah. I have
it has to say the.
Where is it?
And just double check it. And there's the link if anybody wants to come up and hang out. Thank you, D-Man, for dropping the links. How's everybody doing today? I do like the top one.
Yeah, I've already played it more than 2 times. I'm trying to find something else.
Nothing wrong with a classic.
No, but
it's too hot to do any projects or anything like that right now, so we're just chilling out until it gets a little cooler, and then we'll be getting some firewood. I'll be filming later for an actual standard video to be uploaded. I'll put it out here. Russell, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. Small Plan Outdoors. How you doing? Oh, I guess it is technically evening.
5:30, so yeah.
I don't know. It's so hot. It feels like I'm baking. If we step out from underneath the tarp, like this is set up so perfect. We step out from underneath the tarp, it's like 20 degrees hot. How's everybody doing today? It's when you close your pop it.
But last
Pop
night,
socket.
I didn't close it. I didn't even do anything or touch the back.
Maybe the adhesive like just vibrated or something. Yeah, I feel you. Russell says it's 111 there. Looks like he just jumped into a pool. Swampland said, doing good, brother. It's hot here too. It's sweating, just sitting in the shade today. Yeah, we've got cold, wet shirts draped over us just to try to stay cool.
And that's why I'm not wearing anything except this top. Because it's too fucking hot. And I don't give a shit.
So everybody's hot all over the place. It's a cooking day, definitely. My hand is healing
Like
all right.
92 here today.
Yeah, 92. But my hand is healing all right. It split yesterday. It didn't split when we were setting up camp. No, it fucking split when my dog decided to jump up and go, "Hey, Dad," and nose punch me in the hand. I was telling him to sit, and he was like, "Oh, hit it, got it." Oh, sure. I got it reclosed up and rewrapped it, so doing all right. Oh. Well, our relief is in here. I'm happy the way I set it up. It's like diverting a lot of the sunlight, and even the way it's dipped, the brown tarp, how I dipped it to be a runoff, it's throwing shade on part of the tarp, so that's staying cool because the way that the sun's hitting it, it doesn't hit it all at once. So there is cool spots from the tarp, so that's nice. What's going on, Pat? How's it going? I was finally doing a live during the day. You can tune in.
Sorry for the whole view. Like a second. I'm leaning forward. I'm sure not everyone wants to see my full-on chest right now. But
it's attached to you. It's not like you can get rid of it.
I was gonna say, it's not like I can do anything about it. These bitches have a mind of their own.
And we're too hot to care.
And I'm too hot to give any kind of shit.
Like, even if I'm sitting here doing a video with you guys, I'm shirtless a lot in a lot of my videos, but I will almost always put my pants on anyway just because. But I'm still in my shorts, like my sleep shorts. I ain't get dressed yet. I'm in sandals and
Don't
shorts. No.
Roland had a hammock today. It was really nice. A cooler wake up than it has been in a while.
Yeah. Sleeping on a cot, you don't get a lot of airflow. So.
But in the hammock, I don't really need any padding.
Just the bug protection.
Yeah. It'll make it too hot, and I don't have to take it off. And it doesn't like to attach itself.
No, it's not.
Sorry. Said it's 91 right now in town, but it's almost 95 right now out here.
That one made it in. Every time I throw it at the fire pit, it lands on the ring. And like 3 of them landed right in a row. I was like, how is my aim like that perfect each time? But that off each time. Yeah, we're in the same spot. We got hot dogs. That's all we got right now.
Aren't those pork chops in there?
Yeah, but those are like super paper thin. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
About cooking them on the fire.
Honestly, we'd probably cook them up and then cut them up. Put them. Probably make a stew. Or not stew.
Stir fried rice. That's awesome that you're getting out and having some fires with friends. I'm happy you caught the bug. He told me last year he went camping a lot more than he used to. Partially, in part because of me, because he was watching my videos and just seeing me camping all the time.
Oh my god. This is all before the heat indexes. Look at the next week. That's
92, 80, 87, 93, 87, 86.
The 80 has, oh, we are going to get, so it's supposed to start 3 a.m. It's not really today.
Oh.
At least we can still go tomorrow and they'll be fine. Because they'll be under.
Yeah.
We won't have to worry about them doing anything.
See, the way camp was set up before, we couldn't really leave the dogs by themselves if it was raining.
Sorry. That one hit my chest.
So we couldn't leave the dogs the way camp was set up before if it was raining, because we had the line inside for Monster to come inside and be underneath, but he had shelter outside. But if the rain was too bad, it would get him, so we'd bring him inside if he wanted to. Most of the time, he would lay out and be like, "No, I'm good. It's cool. I want it." But we couldn't like leave camp if it was raining, but now we can because both of their lines go underneath the tarp. This big cover tarp, the way it's set up, so that'll make things easier.
You know, you'd think me being under shade, my eyes would be darker, but actually quite bright. Right.
We had 9 for a minute, then you had that bad coughing fit, and we went down to 4.
My bad.
I don't think that was it. It was just the point in time where I saw it happen. The coughing fit makes me pay attention.
I was gonna say, most of the time with coughing fits, you pay harder attention. That woman in the middle was killing me. It was the person telling about the song.
And you are making sure that they all.
See, this is one of my downloads, like one of the first downloads I ever did.
So it says we still have 2 hanging out.
And it's not me this time. So.
D-Man's probably still cooking and listening. He said he'd be listening, so he's probably gonna hop in the cave and drop links like that. But got this one bee that's been circling us most of the day.
Yeah, it's killing me. Can't stand it. Oh, what?
Barks at nothing. It's a new area, so he's like, a leaf move. Not used to hearing that. Oh.
I mean, they have a lot of these. Upbeat ones and stuff like that. Ambiance ones.
Oh, it's fine, D-Man. That's why I said that you had said you'd be listening. You usually say when you leave, so that's why when I saw that there was 2, I was like, oh yeah, so D-Man's probably hanging out and listening, but he's cooking, but he'll be popping in here and there. So I appreciate you. I got you. Thank you for hanging out and listening.
Oh, I have to.
Is it okay?
Oh, like I had
Yeah.
Johnny Depp on it. I'm sorry, I can't not click on it. That'd be horrible. So.
Yeah, exactly. Rolling them watch hours. But I mean, I am trying to also give people the opportunity to grow their channels and to hang out. I've got an audience that not everybody has, so it's opportunities to grow and to be seen and to just hang out. So I wanted to, I've been trying to do that for a while. It's getting a little bit, it's taken some time to gain popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Stadler, how's it going?
Can I get rid of that since you keep moving it away from me?
Sorry, I kicked it.
You took like 3 sips
No,
a second ago.
No, I drank the Sprite. I didn't even grab that. I actually didn't take any since I put it down. So how you doing, Evan?
Not used to you being handicapped, okay?
I can still
even part
open it.
handicapped, I know. But even part handicapped, it is awkward.
I'm only 2/5. I'm 40% handicapped in one hand.
Sorry, I had to cover because that's a lot.
You're not gonna fall out.
Honey, I've almost fallen out twice now. I keep having to fix them.
Oh.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Right here. Mm-hmm.
All right, Russell. I mean that's part of why I'm here too. What did you want? Like, what niche or what subject do you want to do your channel about? Like, what do you enjoy doing? And even if you don't have a channel, you can still come up on panel. And I can just add you in audio only if you want, so we can just talk it through. Because I've helped a couple of people start channels. So I've helped them figure out what name is good and what they like doing and how to present it on their channel. So if you wanted to walk through the paces, I can do that for you. That's why I'm here. Consider it like mentoring. Because I've done a ton of research on a lot of different subjects of doing a YouTube channel, different niches and things like that. So it's not just I'm not just an outdoor person. I'm a YouTuber. I've got 3 channels that are actually running right now. I plan on making a few more, and I just came up with 3 more ideas to start at least 3 more channels.
I'm just trying to find some music that you can play. It's just certain things are not actually what they say they are.
Yeah,
so
in the list it's something. They usually do a copyright free, and then the next one. That's how they snag you. Well, Evan, what is your channel about? I think I have looked at it, but off the top of my head and without another device, I can't. I can't. Well, Russell, it's not necessarily your niche doesn't have to be original, but how you present or what you do, like your style of offering it, that is what is unique and original. That's how you package it to sell it to your audience. So like, what am I do? Survival. I do camping. I do hammock camping, and I do different tips. So Evan, boat bill. So he's next.
My phone doesn't like your fingers.
Yeah. So like off the top of my head, like something simple like Rancher Russ. That's a nice simple name. If you search it and it doesn't pop up much, you after you find him. But he's thinking about starting one, so he doesn't actually have it. Try Rancher Russ, and then put it in for channel only.
Rancher.
No, Rancher space.
Yeah.
Capital RUSS. Russell.
Rancher.
Yeah, just Google, just search that and do the 3 dots filter. Channel only. When it pops up. Yeah, I was seeing that on there, Evan. So I mean, just kind of workshop things. When I was looking at it, I saw you did the boat builds and bike adventures, and there was a couple others that popped up there that I saw. But the way I did it, it's mine is very unique because it's very unique to me. I am Native American, but so are a lot of people. But a lot of people don't include that in their names. So when I was looking at different ideas and stuff like that, I was like, well, I tried out different names and some of them felt too controversial. So then I was like, native. Well, I'm native. It's what I like to call myself. It's the way I refer to myself. So I do a bunch of modern shit though. So what are people gonna say? The modern native. That's how it came out. So you kind of just feel out your name based on like what you do, the look and feel of what you want someone to feel when they look at your channel. Try to have that idea. Like when you look at a name and the profile picture, that's one of the first things that you when someone runs across it and then they click on your channel and they see it, you have to think about what kind of, to me it felt like it was knowledgeable but at its roots wasn't afraid of technology but knows the base things. That's kind of I wanted people to kind of get.
No, there is none.
So yeah, Rancher Russ, that name is not taken. So that's just an idea, and that's how like I come up with things to or take an old nickname that you had, something simple, something easy, and you'll end up being able to just kind of know when you have the right name. That makes sense. Awesome. My guys are helping Russell grow already.
Yeah. That's what we do in this community. Sweet. Yeah.
So I mean, do you like that name, Russell? Rancher Russ? Nobody has it, and that like someone searches that in, it pops up. When you search up the modern native or modern native or even native now, I am top in that results when you put in native. which I thought that was awesome because I've tried it on another device with no history of looking at my stuff, and I put in native on YouTube, and I'm in the first page. So after most of the native language learning, that's usually what pops up at the very, very top. But underneath that is usually where I am. So I mean, and Evan
Messages.
fishing outdoors and stuff like that. Trying to think of Stadler Adventures. Evan Explores. So,
No, it's alright. Mm-hmm.
hi, Bubba. Hi, I'm black. Cool. I'm native. But it's not a race thing. It's, well, it is my hereditary. Heritage. It is my heritage. I couldn't think of the word. But when I talk about being a native on my channel, it's not a race thing because it's not about race. I hate any. I hate racist bullshit. It's stupid. I hate reverse racism, and fucking that fucking middle ground that's still technically racist. People not being racist, but it's a mindset. It's a personality. But thanks for being here. Yeah, I think so. Natives aren't brown, for one. There's a shit ton of different skin tones that go with it, and I'm not part of a reservation because I don't feel like the government needs to recognize me. I am Mohawk, Blackfoot, Huron, and Cherokee. You ever never seen a pale black dude?
I'm also Native American, and I have been registered in the state of Oklahoma and North Carolina. I am Lakota.
Hey, D-Man, you want to handle that for me? And that's why you have fam like him. Not about that negativity and that judgment and everything else. So
It doesn't matter about the color of your skin. It's what's on the inside that matters. If you believe yourself to be Native, then you're Native.
all right, he apologized. Exactly, Dutch. But when you look at you, and this isn't an offense because we're the same way. When you look at you, people assume white. You look white, and that so people always judge you on that when you try to talk about being Native American. I've had it my whole life, except for in the town I grew up when everybody knew my family was Native, so we always got called mutts. But we had a racist town. Exactly. And I haven't, if I'm working on the farm, when I was out in Washington, I worked on farms all year, every year, and I was there for 5 years, and I was so dark. I had people coming up to me and speaking Spanish fluently, and then looking at me like I'm a dumbass because I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, no hablo español, and they're like, how are you Mexican? You don't speak Spanish, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm Native American, and I just got really dark this summer. I don't burn. I get this dark, like, how would you describe that? It's not like that copper tone. It's
Bronzer.
yeah, like
That bronzer.
people ask me if I used the tanning lotion and stuff one time because I went out one day and came back and I was toasty brown. They're like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
You didn't burn?" No. Or I come in and I look beet red and they're like, "Did you burn? Oh my God, you're burnt." And then they touch it and there's no burn marks and I don't blister. They're like, "What is that?" That's my skin tone.
I get pissed. He just tans so perfectly, and no, I gotta have the other part of my heritage be Irish. So.
And there were Lewis and Clark found tribes of natives they described as pale skinned, light of hair, and blue eyed. And Russell, damn, your hotspot ain't gonna work, is it? And my other phone's probably dead.
I can go on. I'm fine.
No, I would need to sign in on my channel. Going on, Easy? Thank you. I'm answering some questions and helping some guys figure out some ideas with their channels and
educating people.
Exactly, D-Man. And D-Man, did you time him out or block him or not? He did apologize, so like I get some people aren't educated in it, the semantics of the whole thing. That was a little off key, say it that way. So just let me know because he did apologize, and after the fact, I can go in and undo it to give them a second chance to be a good member of the community. Oh, quarter Choctaw.
That's a
Exactly, native come in all shapes and colors. Oh, and then D-Man said that his grandma is Mohawk, or great grandma was Mohawk. So D-Man, we may actually be low-key
related
on the distant side. Because if I remember right, you said you're farther north, and my family came from the St. Regis. Well, they came from this area, went up to St. Regis, and then some of my family came back down. So if you have any family that was part of the St. Regis tribes and reservation, we might actually be kind of distant family. That'd be awesome. You too, Easy. D&K, Paranormal, how's it going? Absolutely. Johnny Small Pepper, thanks for hanging out and listening. Got a bunch of people hanging out now. And really, when it comes to skin tones, like, really, like, after widespread travel, it's different now. But way back in the way, the reason areas had the certain skin tones that they had, it was evolution. It was based on the regions, the environment, and how we adapted to survive. Some people got darker, some people got taller, some people got shorter. Some people had a yellow tone, some people had a red tone, some people had a brown tone.
Look at what happened with my car.
Exactly. So it's like,
and I've had my DNA tested, so I know what I am.
And multiple people in my family has ran the genealogy. I didn't even need to because I had 3 different people do the research and tell me the same different story. Well, the same story, different ways. That way. How's it going, Anubis? I think I did say hi to you a second ago. I saw you pop in. Yeah, he said natives are all shade and color. He said, can't do the chill for a sec, drop a like, you know the deal. Oh, he said I came to chill. If D-Man 50 is shadow banned, he's probably doing something right. It's all right. I appreciated that with how he was acting, but then he put the 100s and said sorry. So when I checked him, he took it and accepted. So I can go in and unban him and give him another chance if he wants to. Because I remember seeing Bubba before. I do remember seeing him before, but he didn't talk like that before. So I do appreciate you being my gunslinger.
Always.
But yeah, you were already popping in there, fucking saying that shit wasn't right, and you weren't cool with it. And
Definitely
well, as soon as
appreciate
I
you.
said, "Could you handle that?" you took care of it. I definitely appreciate that. That's why it's good to have mods and a good group like this. Definitely appreciate you guys. Exactly. Anubis, dig far enough into Asian history, you'll find out that many were dark-skinned people. And actually, if you dig far enough into anybody that was in the Americas, North or South, you dig far enough back, you get to the Asiatic ancestry. The Mongols came across the Bering Strait and they developed into the different native tribes. They spread and multiplied and became the native tribes based on their different evolutions, their adaptations to their environment and their situations and their diets and everything else. So it's like, sorry about the rocket, everybody.
Not bad. Sorry. I'm trying to be easier. Didn't work out that well.
But yeah, Russell. Well, whenever you get around to making your channel, definitely be excited to see that. And Evan, definitely let us know if you end up changing your channel name when you pop in. Just be like, "Hey, it's me, Evan." If it's not obvious, obviously. What the? Too bad it wasn't.
I wish.
Like at first glance, it was because you had your hand over the beak. I was like, "Oh, look at that eagle!" Oh. Exactly. But I have a different. Okay, Anubis, but to not get too far, are you saying in the religious thought process or in the evolutionary thought process? Scientology or religion? Which way are you swinging on that statement? Says if you dig far enough, everyone's connected.
I mean,
Exactly, Russell. Like I've been disrespected by people who looked more like me than people who looked different. Put it that way. And that's why I did that explanation way back. And I think that just boils down to what you're saying there, Anubis. I think what that boils down to is just the fact that you get a large enough group of people together, there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be a fight, people are going to take sides, and there's going to be division. It happens every single time, no matter what, if there isn't some measure of control or separation or compartmentalization, better way of putting it. So, and that's not like my thought process on like race or anything. That's like minds and personalities and things like that. That should be compartmentalized because people just can't associate together in mass like that. If you look at concerts, every time there's a huge concert, you get over a couple hundred people together, there's a fight. There's always a fight. And protests, that many people together arguing about two different things. How many times does that turn into a riot? And I think that's the biggest thing because when it comes down to it, if two people disagree, one of them believes the other one is wrong, and they want to convince the other one that they're right. And if they can't, they try to force that opinion. That's really the basis of what is actually wrong with society. If you were to take that out, and quite literally every time someone had a disagreement, okay, agree to disagree. Cool. Move on to a new subject and continue. You know how much the world would be at peace? For that one point in fact. How much more the world would run more efficiently? I like that. I'm leaving that up there for a minute. That's a good one. Hating someone's like gambling. It's so easy to do it for the smallest of reasons.
Love it.
Exactly, Dutch. The Vikings were here before the Europeans, and the Egyptians made it to the West Coast long before that. Okay, so you're more on the Scientology side of that conversation. So I got you. Well, I definitely like that statement right there, Anubis. That was some wisdom right there. I like that. Because, I mean, how many times have we done it? You're in a full-blown argument, and then you kind of stop, and you're like, what were we even upset about? Why did this start? Next time you're in an argument and you've gone to the point of raising your voice, or somebody has, look at the other person and just be like, do you actually remember what this argument started over? And
10 out of 10 they don't.
And if they do, and they remember that it's some stupid shit, be like, okay, then why are we really upset with each other? Squirrel! How's it going?
Oh, bad. Sorry, this table is so unstable. Like, the ground itself is just a little bit rocky.
Exactly, Anubis. You know, there was I can't remember which culture it was. I want to say it was the Romans, but with all the backstabbing, that's kind of a really bad example for people. I can't remember what it was, but there was a point in time, there was a society that functioned very well because when two people disagreed, no matter what it was, you had to sit down and figure it out and talk it through, or you'd both be put to death.
Sounds like grief.
Which that's an extreme example, but it was pretty much, it came down to it. You figured it out, you settled it to a fight to the death, or you both got killed. That's how it happened. So people learn to not be bothered by as much and not pick an argument over dumb shit. Because if you picked an argument over some stupid shit, like someone cutting you off on the road, an hour later, you could be fighting to the death because of that stupid shit. It made you care less. We're all right, squirrel. Super hot.
That's why the girls are out.
So I'm sitting with a wet rag across my neck. The boys both have wet scarves. I wetted down the shirts and wrapped it around them. Monster keeps rolling off of his and rolls back onto it. I swear he needs to flip-flop.
Yeah, he keeps rolling onto my feet. I just had to move my foot because it was numb from his head.
Creature, I made his into a scarf. I wrapped it around his neck, and
he's been
passed out since I did
pretty
it.
much out.
I did one of these on him, and he's like, "Oh."
I really want to get them one of those little kiddie pool things. I think it'd be sort of like adorable to watch them figure out what the hell it is.
Oh, Timbuktu. That actually that kind of rings right to me. He says I might be talking about Timbuktu, the society they had at one point,
Maybe.
where if you had a disagreement, no matter what it was, and it came to public attention, you settled that shit, or you fought to the death, or you were.
Honestly, that kind of sounds like the Timbuktu. We learned that in school.
I was always fascinated with societies that were like that. Like, it's reminiscent of like what the Wild Wild West did. The Wild West did.
Every time I put it on the no copyright, it takes it off and goes to something else.
Just leave it. I don't want to. Here.
I mean, this is so different. I'm sorry, the table is so.
People are gonna get motion sick.
I'm sorry. Not intentional.
So I mean, does anybody have any other questions like they had, like Russell and Evan had about their channel names, or like how to start a channel, things like that? Or I mean, we're having a good conversation as it is, but we just hit a wall real quick. So I figured I'd open the opportunity for new subjects if people want it. Keep the content fluid. I mean that's like the grand true conspiracy that's not a conspiracy kind of thing. Like keep the keep the masses distracted, and it makes the powers, even the powers known and unknown, more free to do their work. So I mean, you can say that you're not trying to get conspiratorial referencing that, but it's also not a conspiracy because, well, it's kind of a fact. That's been a stated known method of how to accomplish your goals in that kind of scenario. Sleight of hand, keep them focused over here. Oh, see over here. And what better way than to just slap a mirror in front of someone or a device?
Hey, you.
You got some rank ass.
Yeah, he does.
Just leaking. Like I haven't even heard him part. He's just leaking.
Just oozing.
His ears are probably cool down.
Has been quite a bit. He hasn't panted since.
Oh yeah. Got to keep your dogs cool.
Hot days, they're not doing that great either. So make sure to check up on them.
I was gonna say, if you're hot,
They're
your
hot.
dog's hotter because they ain't sweating. And they got fur. They can't take off their jacket and get naked. Their version of get naked is laying on their back and going, blow my nuts off. Oh.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
So if you see your dog's doing that in the middle of the yard and he's still panting, yeah,
He's hot.
he's hot.
Get that baby some ice cold water in a little pool.
It's all right, Anubis. I just put it up there to offer and to move the chat. I do that sometimes. Well, I mean, Russ, you said it right there in the name, or right in that message right there. Now tell me what I'm gonna say. You know how I do things. I think that was a great name choice, but I'm looking to get out of ranching and I'm building an overland truck right now. I'm just really looking for a new adventure. What name would I suggest? Russ's New Adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, it is right to the
Yeah.
point and simple.
That's kind of what you want, to be honest.
Or Adventure Sperry, because it's Russell Sperry, Adventure Sperry.
Sperry Adventures.
And he said Overland Russ. He was taking a guess while I was doing that. Alrighty, Dutch, you have a good one. And I've been seeing you. I've been trying. I believe I've been responding to you when you popping it in.
Chat's going fast, and I'm not on it.
But I like Overland Russ. Sometimes I feel like Overland is a little overused, simply because there's a lot of people like Mr. and Mrs. Overlander. They're an awesome couple that do that. There's Overland Adventures. There's Overland EX, Overland Explorer. Like there's a lot of them. And he said that's an excellent suggestion. Ride with Russ. I like that. But Russ's new adventure, I mean, that's exactly what you were looking for. So I mean, advertise that. That's what you're doing. That's what you're showing. That's what you're sharing. But I like D-Man's too, and I like yours. I love these brainstorming sessions. Smoked out. What's up, bro? Doing a little hangout and chat and helping people kind of brainstorm ideas on their channels and stuff or incoming channels. I always like creating a new monster. My buddy the Crumb Snatcher, he was into YouTube a little bit, and then he ran across me, and he really got into some of the nitty gritty details about it, and he got super excited, but he got a little discouraged, and life got in the way a little bit, which I get, and I fell off at the same time, so he wasn't getting that remotivation, but I came back and I started messaging him, and I was like, hey, when are you going to be doing your stuff again? No, he's all excited. Oh, God damn it. What's going on, Nubis?
Oh, I'm chilling. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good. You're clear, no echo.
Oh. How you doing? I'm just trying to make sure all this works. It's like first time I've ever done this.
Clear, no echo.
I'm just trying to make sure all this works. It's like first time I've ever done this.
Mute your YouTube.
Yeah.
You got me?
Homie loaned me his laptop. I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm trying to turn it down.
Yeah, you got to mute your YouTube.
Hold on a sec.
Because when you click on the link, YouTube is going to
Oh, okay, I got it. Apologies. There we go.
It's all good.
All right, yeah,
there.
Yep.
Yeah, I know nothing about the tech stuff. I mean, I mostly do all this from a PlayStation, but had to come in and speak to you directly because y'all are always cool. I mean, I've been to a few of your lives, and they've always been nice.
I appreciate that.
I like what y'all talk about.
I appreciate that. I like to be able to offer something of value, or education or entertainment, something that people can just enjoy watching. Some of these lives are a little low because I don't have a huge gathering of people on lives, and there's a lot of people who do lives, so my people are in a lot of other people's lives, so I'm supporting them, so I get it. But it gets a little. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I usually be plugging other people's channels when I be doing my game streams or ranting and raving about whatever, but it's never anything negative. I just always, whatever's on my mind at the time. Just like when I see you talk about what's on your mind. I like the principles that you bring.
Yeah.
You always bring this unifying energy.
Good. it was something I enjoyed. When something was bugging me or something was on my mind, I'd just sit down and I called it Wild Rants in the Woods, because I'd just rant and talk about what shit that was bothering me and hope somebody related.
Yeah, it's cathartic, right?
Yeah.
All right, I was plugging in my phone that like I said, it was gonna die. I had to borrow the homie's computer real quick.
And Russell, I like Ride with Russ too. It is simple, and definitely search that. Like search it on YouTube. Go to the filter channel results only, and just make sure that nobody has Ride with Russ, and just try to figure out a different way to do it if they do.
Yeah, absolutely true. How you doing, D&K Paranormal Adventure? All you paranormalists, though, I just gotta say, I enjoy watching y'all stuff, but it's constant short soiling content. And I ain't wearing diapers to be watching y'all stuff, trying to scare the crap out of me.
People be on AAPs talking about all the paranormal. It's like, man, I love watching you guys, but now I'm not sleeping.
Exactly. I enjoy my sleep. Sleep ain't for goons. I enjoy a good nappy poo.
Man, when you're out in the woods, though, I can't watch that stuff because then all the fireflies dancing in the woods. I'm like, are those eyes? Yeah, flashlight. Those eyes.
I understand that. Every time with the fireflies. I got them out here, and I'm not really in the woods, but I'm currently down south. And every time I go outside, I'm just like, are these aliens? No, wait, they're fireflies. I haven't seen those since I left Chicago.
But when you're out in the woods, you got to pick up the flashlight and flash it around the woods just to make sure there's no predator eye shines or nothing sometimes, because
yeah, right behind the house I'm at, there's these woods. I've shown it on a couple of videos, and I'm just always waiting for something to jump out at me. It's on some Blair Witch style nonsense.
Oh yeah, especially when you hear just random thumping and then your dog starts growling. Like, he's not happy. I can't be happy.
Nah, it's absolutely true though. Nah, I just I saw the link and it popped it up, so I was like, discuss. But yeah, like I said, I think that was a tribe of Timbuktu. But yeah, we were all connected. Like you can put all of the continents together; they all interlock with one another. So we were all together at one point. But naturally, when you all talk the same, eventually everything separates off from the pack, and then for some reason they get a superiority complex, which is weird because I always thought the most popular kid in school never told you he was popular. Everyone else told you he was popular. Same thing with the supreme race. If you're superior, you don't got to tell nobody.
Exactly. It's authority. You don't need to announce it. You just live it.
Exactly. You just are.
That's why I ride a fine line when I'm trying to talk about being a better outdoor person, be a good adventurer, respect nature and things like that. I ride a very fine line where I try to talk about the best practices and explain why I do them. Yee. And I don't want to sound preachy or being like, well, you're a piece of shit if you do this, even though I do kind of feel that way, but I don't want to be like, if you're doing this, you're a piece of shit, because some people don't know and they need to be educated. So I'm trying to present it right on that fine line where I'm just trying to educate. These are best practices to try to respect nature, this, that. These are what I do. Take it as you will.
You never come off as arrogant to me. Like every time I see you talk, you never came off arrogant. Even if you
I don't want to sound
the way
preachy.
you feel.
And
no,
you know it all.
Like it is from your perspective, and that's fair. That's perfect. You tell it like it is from your perspective. That's what you're supposed to do. You just don't be a dick about it. In which case, you haven't been a dick about it. That's why I keep coming here. That's why I plug your channel.
I will admit,
you play my video games.
My Corporal Corner video, it was kind of a dick move, but it was only because he was being a dick. I just wanted everybody to see the person that gets this huge amount of support and everybody thinks is awesome. He is an asshole. He doesn't appreciate you. He doesn't deserve your support. That's all that message was in my Corporal Corner video. And I put up my screenshots and the conversations, and
his publicly viewable comments that he is an asshole actually supportive.
I don't question
you
your
see me.
actions, but I will ask you this: just one thing. It sucks when you have to go there, doesn't it?
I really didn't want to do that, but it was like it was bugging me.
Then that's what's important. I mean, it ain't like you derived pleasure out of it. You did what you had to do. I don't think that was wrong, but that's just me. I can't speak for everybody.
Well, I mean, like a month before that, I had actually started like going deeper, and I was like, "Hey, this is a fucking kid. Why is he such an asshole to these people?" And so I was talking to him on Messenger, and he was being a dick and telling me that I wouldn't make it and be nothing, and I couldn't do what he does, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, motherfucker, please. I've been full-time camping for 4 months while we're having this conversation. Try me.
Well, I hope that he revels in the attention that you gave him.
Like, I even told him, I sent him a message, and I was like, if you really feel like you're that hot shit, I have an open challenge for you. Any survival challenge you want to offer, I will do it at the same time, and I'll do it better. Simply because you are an arrogant fuck, and I want to put you in your place. That someone who's just a simple dude can do the shit that you do, and you're not God to the bush scratching it.
It really does suck when you have to step down and give a bitch slap every now and then.
Yeah.
Because you got to lower yourself to them. That's always annoying. I'm like, if you're better, why are you telling me? I thought the proof was in the pudding.
And I'm sorry, I'm getting rid of you just because of your name and your first sentence. N-word, enjoy your poo-poo, wee-wee.
I saw that too. I was like, that's odd.
Oh,
I saw that, but I thought it was an actual person.
That's not how you enter a channel, especially with that name.
Yeah, that doesn't work. That's just looking to stir up something.
1 subscriber, no videos. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's a 2013 channel, but still, no.
But anyways, I enjoyed chopping it up with y'all, and I'll still be on the page. I'm probably gonna go do some video games, and I'll be plugging y'all's page again. I just wanted to say hello because I never do this, so I'm quite nervous actually.
You speak very well. You have a good tone and cadence. You
present yourself very.
I had to give y'all actual props because y'all have been very entertaining for the last few days. I ain't been on here long, but I've watched as many streams as I could, and I've enjoyed it.
I put out a ton of actual videos too. You can check those out. I got a lot of things you might enjoy. I think you've seen some of them.
Yeah, I think I saw one about how you shouldn't waste your time because your life is limited or time is limited. I forgot the name of it, but you were talking about that and how a lot of that doesn't mean shit. In fact, that's what made me subscribe. I was like, yes, finally. I was like, somebody who said it without sounding all pessimistic and nihilistic.
You should look at this one. It's stop giving a shit, and I spelled shit.
That's the one I'm talking about. That was the one I meant to say. Stop giving a shit.
Yep.
That's the one that made me. I'm like, I'm subscribing. I don't care what else he says. He can show me fucking pooping in the trumpet, and I'll still watch it because that alone was interesting to me. Please don't poop in the trumpet.
That one has definitely taken off and gotten a lot of attention for me, and I've seen a lot of more appreciation for it. Like, more people are watching it all the way through. People are watching it twice, and I've gotten more subscribe notifications turn-ons there. I haven't gotten as many subscribers off of that one, but they turn on all notifications after seeing that video.
When I subscribe to people, it comes up secret. I don't know why. Only when I subscribe. When people are subscribed to me, it's half and half.
I got the notification, that's why I subscribed back to you.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I thought it was still on because they kept telling me my subs are everybody that's sub to a secret. I'm like, no.
That's in your settings. If you go into your studio on the browser, you go into the very bottom. It's general settings and security and privacy. You should be able to go down and it'll say show my subscriptions and my subscriber count. There's 2 checkboxes.
Thanks for the tip.
Studio analytics. I've done it.
But no, this was a good convo. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and keep going on because I know you guys got stuff y'all got to do. I was just, chiming in. But like I said, very nervous doing this. But y'all have a good one, all right?
Yeah, don't be nervous. Definitely enjoy. I want to see you going live soon.
Yeah, no, I definitely will be going live. I'll be playing, since everybody's into paranormal, I'll be playing Bloodborne. Got to get a fresh pair of Depends before I get started, though.
Fit right in.
Depends. So that is sure.
All right, I'm going to leave the studio on this one.
Yep.
Thank you, D-Man. Thank you guys for showing support to Anubis. And Cornfred, what's up? Russell went and subscribed to him. That's awesome.
And thanks, D-Man. I reported him also. I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah, I just made the quick decision on that one myself because I didn't want to open it up for another one. And when someone pops up like that, if your name has something racist in it, if your first comment is just some poo-poo, wee-wee, dumbass bullshit like that, or some racist fucking coming out of your face, yeah, you're gone.
You don't belong
not
here.
no. So, and that's not me hating on
you.
anybody. This is, what about this is telling you that that's okay. Really. It's gorgeous. You gotta shut up.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
Look at the detail on that. Like, it's a coloring book, but she did some awesome shading on that bird.
Not done.
You were fine, Nubis. You were great. Like I said, you were confident. You were looking at the screen. You didn't second guess your words. And I'm sorry sometimes if I cut you off. There was a delay. Yours came through, so I apologize for that. I think there was a delay on the internet side of things, so that's why there was a little bit of overlap sometimes. But other than the technical issues, that was great, dude. You were attentive, focused on the camera. You talked. Yeah. When people are nervous and stuff, they're usually shaky. They're underconfident. They whisper.
They don't look at the camera.
They don't look at the camera. My biggest thing actually is looking at the screen and not looking at the lens. When I'm looking at the lens, you can tell, but when I'm looking at the screen, there's a big difference. And I can't help it. I kind of get distracted because my favorite view is also on camera. So. And that's also something that I like doing on my channel is it gives people the opportunity if they want to test it out and be like, well, what's it like being on a live camera instead of recording something? So you guys can hang out, pop up. If you're only confident enough to just be audio only, you can select that. So it's like this is a way for people to kind of dip their toe in and get used to doing it and stuff. I mean, my first live stream, I wasn't actually on camera. I was just documenting some destruction on this property that we were nearby, and I was trying to protect because it was a natural resource for the animals in the area, especially egrets. So I wasn't actually on camera for that bit. But when I sat down and actually did our first live, I don't know if I was nervous.
You were terrified.
Oh, I really.
You were kind of nervous, but you had already been doing videos, so you weren't as nervous.
Yeah, because I do one-shot cuts anyway, so I know as soon as I turn on my camera, anything that happens, it's on there. Like, I don't cut anything out of my videos. It's all one-shot takes. Very seldomly do I ever edit anything, and I just don't enjoy that process. It's not like I like to show you guys the realism. If I sit there and I fight with a fire for 12 minutes, I'm fighting with that fucking fire for 12 minutes, and you guys are going to see that I struggle with it. So you guys know when you're out there and you're doing a fire, Even though I do this all the time, I make fires all the time, and you guys seen me be able to whip a fire up and out in less than a minute. I can still sit there and struggle with it for a while if the situation isn't right. If I didn't take my time and I didn't prep things the proper way, and I wasn't thinking and doing things the way I should have. Mistakes happen, struggle happens, and I want to show that.
Widowmaker.
And the fact that my survival challenge, which was supposed to be
Was a real
an
survival
imitation,
challenge.
turned
Was a real
real.
challenge.
Yeah.
He didn't have any knives on him. The first time ever, he doesn't have a knife on him, and he does a challenge under a tree.
I set the schedule, I switched my clothes, and I didn't reset up my EDC because I was rushing and didn't think of it.
Yep.
So I threw my pants on and was like, whoop, okay, ready to go. And then I took the shovel out and I was like, oh shit, all I have is a lighter. So yeah, that was an actual legitimate survival challenge. That wasn't an imitation. That was real. And I did scare myself a little bit because I pinned my leg with a stick.
And he actually bruised his entire pelvic bone and everything else. Like, there was bruises all over his hips and everything else.
And Anubis, I get that too. It's one of my biggest things with hopping into someone else's stream or letting someone up. That's why I knew what was going on. That's why I spoke only in short sentences to see if it was going to warble back. Because a lot of people have that issue that they don't think of it. They're nervous. So a lot of times when they click on it, they're so focused on the camera, where they're going to be, and talking and still listening, because it takes a minute sometimes to be pulled up, that when you pop in, you don't think about the fact that it's going to cut off YouTube. It's not. YouTube still plays in the background. So I knew that was going to be a problem. But you did great. You positioned it well. And once you were actually able to hear me tell you that YouTube was still on, and you went in and closed it out, it was fine. There was only one moment where you kind of broke up just a little bit because of your internet, and that was because you moved the laptop that 1 inch. I know, I've been hovering it right above his head. You gotta watch where you walk around here, because there might be a puppy dog under your foot.
Or two. And this one's a wide rug over here. Heifer.
CD man, I had that small panic moment. If you watch my live, if you go back and you watch that,
He did.
if you see me after I pull my cigarette, my lighter out and my cigarette out, and then you see me put my hand back under the log, there's a couple of minutes later where my breathing gets really bad. I start looking around a little more frantically, and that's when I pull back and I start trying to move the log just by brute force, and I realized it actually was too heavy for me to move, and I legitimized my imitation. And I do hope a lot of people go back and watch that, because I'm going to be doing a Q&A about it because of how intense it actually was, even though it didn't really seem it. Especially because I got out fast enough because I kind of panicked. I really wanted to get out of it.
Yep.
I was going to go through like a whole bunch of different scenarios to try to show you guys things that could work. And then I was like, no, I'm digging my shit. I'm digging out. I'm getting out. I'm out. Okay, I'm out. Okay, guys, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't bad. No. It freaked me out.
I couldn't help it. When I watched the video, I could see the panic in your eyes, and I could see how flustered you were, and that's why I knew it only took you a second.
Yeah, because that adrenaline hit, and I just was like, okay, I need to get out of this now.
No, that panic set, and then the adrenaline hit.
Alrighty, bro. Smoked out. Thanks for hanging out. Much love back. We're gonna be hanging out for a little bit longer. It's still not cool enough to go and get wood.
Yeah.
We gotta wait for that muggy bit to break, because trying to carry stuff in this heat.
Suck it, bitch. Yeah, I mess with him so hard.
Oh yeah.
Can I get a oh
Oh yeah.
yeah? Oh man.
I do that every time she says that. I've got like 5 different ones I can do. Monster. Going away on your shirt. Starting to fan. So much work.
Mm-hmm. Much calmer, much more relaxed. They slept so much better. I don't think Monster even moved a single inch for most of the night. Also, we didn't go to sleep until like 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, after moving we were exhausted, but then we couldn't sleep.
I was upset.
I was sore.
I was upset that I couldn't go to sleep.
No, I was just saying I was sore. I got this twinge in my neck.
Yeah.
And my hand just won't stop itching because it's healing now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's
We'll be sitting here and I'll be talking to you guys, and she'll forget that you guys are here, and which is perfect if I ever want to do a day in the life. I could just set this thing up and do that. Not even say nothing. Tell you not to get naked. You're looking funny.
pretty much.
I never
No.
say.
No, you don't. Never. Ever. I don't know those words. Don't speak that way to me.
So we're an hour and a quarter in. Says we got 9 people. One including one is the wife. Let's do a roll call. I know we got Anubis hanging out. And
Maybe Demon?
Smoked Out may still be here. I don't know if he was just chiming in and saying he was still here kind of thing when he said, much love, bro, good hanging out today. Or if that was him saying he was D-Man.
I don't even
E&K
know who that is.
Paranormal. Russell Sperry's probably still hanging out.
Mhm.
Cornfed Experience said, what's up, y'all, a little bit ago. I don't know if he's still hanging out. Yee yee. Squirrel. Going back quite a ways. And Dutch said he left. But I'm still here. We're still here. They're here. DK Paranormal. And again, every time I say that, 2 always drop off because they're afraid they're going to get found out.
You know why, right?
I'm pretty sure. Just can't decide which ones they are.
Pretty sure one of them is my stepmother.
But she wanted to back out just 'cause she's scared.
No. We know they watch.
And your mother blocks. She can't come.
They can cry. They probably made more. You didn't block her any boyfriend. Oh god, comedy.
Ah. He said, good drawing. Sorry, I rewound to see how I came on. It's all good. I do the same thing. It's a nice little like spot check. Like how good is my camera? How's the signal? How was I when I was talking? And sorry I kept you small. With the two of us in screen, it was easier. We were like super smush.
Can't I do karaoke music?
No, remember karaoke version is still technically the music from the soundtrack. Baby, you sang the song too well, and
I
they called it.
noticed.
And they
I wasn't
called
even
it
playing music.
She wasn't even playing the music. She was listening to her goddamn headphone, and she sang the song out loud too well to the melody, and it picked it up and gave me a copyright. Like, are you serious?
I was pissed. Which, like to compliment, but I was pissed.
D-man, roll call, listening while I do chores. But Anubis, you gotta stop calling it that. Oh, you gotta stop calling it that. Say join stream, not cam to cam.
Yeah, don't.
It just
That's not.
it cues together so many other thoughts.
Yep. Naughty thoughts. So that's not something we,
Oh, that's cool.
we have on YouTube.
So Russell said, I'm finally getting high-speed internet where I live, and I will look at your game channel because I want to start playing again. See, I miss gaming. Eventually,
We will.
I am going to have a PGE with a mobile hotspot, high speed, and a little power pack, so I'll be able to be out here camping, then turn around and have my gaming at the same time. Because I'd love to do a gaming channel, because on first-person shooters, I'm a beast. And I'm sorry, like I know that's well, he's talking himself up, but no, that
He's really not.
Modern Warfare, when it came out, I was one of the first 1,000 people to beat that game on that weekend. My buddy loved it because I didn't have a system at that point and I was using his profile. But I got the notification. I was sitting there playing, and after I beat the game, it said, "Woo, you're in the top 0.001%. Only 1,000 other players, or you're in the top 1,000 players who've completed this game since release." And I was like, oh. And that thing was crazy. There was like pre-orders and early releases and everything. Yeah, Russell, it came to camp sounds dirty. It is dirty.
Yeah, because it is.
And see, that's kind of what I would be doing to new is he says, I appreciate that I game, but the game serve as a background for me to chop it up with cool people.
Definitely get that, yeah.
See, I always wanted to get a nice little crew going on some first person shooters so that way I'd have my little squad that would actually work with me. Because oh man, if I had a couple of dudes that were close to my skill set on first person shooters, we would tear it apart online. And then there was 4. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. It was a good turnout today. We're still gonna be hanging out for a little bit. I'm just doing a little. I love that.
I like to draw, but I like to color and paint a lot more than I like to draw, so put a lot of effort in. This is definitely one of them. This is the other one I did recently. I probably could have done more to it, but I like doing a lot.
How much we have left?
We still have like 3. So, kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah. My next challenge is gonna be this, because I messed this eye. It's gonna be
Survival LT, how's it going?
yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. My ears. I don't want to pronounce that wrong. I don't. Is it Twee
Tui and
or
La?
Twee and La?
Or are you saying TUI and LA?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just bear with me. It's been a long.
Russell likes the koi.
Thank you. They're my favorite. Like they're my favorite animal.
Oh. Tu and La. Yin and Yang.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't know what you meant.
That was
had a
the
couple theories, but
that was the names of them, right? Like their first names when they were what the symbol was called Yin and Yang. The fish's names were Tu and La, right? I got that right? I guess some of my references mixed. Thanks, D-Man.
And the only reason
Yeah,
I'm not
Twee-
really talking
Twee
as
and La.
much
Twee and La. Yeah.
is because I just don't want to. I'm still not big on being on camera. So, yeah. I didn't mean to. I think I did it earlier. One of the first ones. I didn't think about it. You're such a goof. Oh man, such a goof.
But did I have that right, Anubis?
Good. I hate you, mate.
He like landed on my back.
Cool. He didn't sting you.
No, I meant the story. Like that's the name of the fish who represent Yin and Yang.
Thanks, D-Man.
Or is that another cultural reference who has something similar to Yin and Yang? And they call it Tui and La.
I definitely understand that, Anubis. I don't like being on camera either. For him to catch me singing on camera, it's
Like I said, that was a fucking project.
Because as soon as I noticed,
She messes up and she can't keep singing. I actually had to splice 2 different audios together.
which him being the awesome YouTuber he is.
I feel like I did it pretty seamless. You almost can't tell.
No, I couldn't. Not really. No.
That's because I had to overlap and then I blended the edge of it. I was able to watch a video and get a trial for that feature on the fucking editor. Yeah, okay, cool. I got the story right. So that was the names of the fish of the story again. Cool. See, I have a ton of information. I research so much, but sometimes I get my references crossed. So it's one thing I love about being like a history buff, especially like a military history buff. I had my history teacher. My history teacher one day tried to make a fool of me because it was a stressful time in my life. My mom was in the hospital and she was sick, and I was sleeping in class. And he comes over and he slams the book down on my desk. I pick my head up and he looks at me and he goes, "Can you answer the question?" I was like, "Can you repeat the question?" He goes, "What was the battle formation of the ancient Spartans?" The ancient Spartans. And I was like, "The phalanx." And I put my head back down and went to sleep. He legit stood there for like a solid 30 seconds trying to decide how he wanted to handle that and if he wanted to be mad at me. And then he just gritted his teeth and said, "That's correct." And then he went back up to the front of the class and finished teaching. He didn't bug me again. I kind of ruined his point. He was trying to make a point that I slept through class and I didn't know shit. And then I fucking knew the answer anyway. Sorry. He chose a really bad time in pop culture to ask me that question because 300 was one of my favorite movies.
Still is.
And the phalanx works as one impenetrable unit. Each man protects the man to his left, from thigh to neck. Sorry. I could have said that quote to him dead in his face. Frontier. What's going on, Heath?
And I'm coughing because I'm smoking, no other reason.
Oh, yeah. They hate eating that slice of humble pie. We're doing pretty good. It's a hot day, so we're just kind of chilling and hanging out. Exactly. One link of the chain breaks, and the whole wall falls.
I just started. I've done like 4 colors with it. I knew this was gonna be my best one.
But that's also why they staggered the phalanx. They staggered the lines with shields, spearmen, and then right behind them they had the next row of shields all ready to stand and either throw a top cover or to step into that link that breaks and fix the wall. Without hesitation, they would stand on their brother while he's bleeding out to hold that line. See, I can tell you what happened and things like that in different time periods. But if you ask me like specific dates, years, and things like that, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'll give you like a decade-ish, and I might get the century wrong on accident. But I know the shit that happened, and it's just for some reason those years, like in the span of 10 years, there was like 30 different events, and you have to remember what each event correlates to which year, and it's like, come on, you can't do that. But no, I know in this decade this shit happened. I know in this century all this shit happened. But I can give you details about historical stuff, which I just enjoy. I research it. I was obsessed with the Spartan, Roman culture, Greek,
Still a
Vikings, the
yeah. We
Irish
both
and
have an
Scottish
interest in that.
natives. And I love Asian culture. And African warriors fascinate me. It totally changed the whole color of it. It added like an extra depth.
So I just started this, and that's what I did first. I try to start in the center and work my way out. This is the rest of the picture. Gonna probably make it pretty vibrant. It's just what I do. And this Thermopylae, Spartacus, Jean Baptiste.
Yeah, I think there was an E on the end of Jean Baptiste, and there's a over the E on the end there, but you can't do that on their shit.
Yeah, but for the most part, we
we knew who you were talking about.
It, yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
King Kamahaya, Kam Kamehameha.
Dragon Ball Z, baby.
Oh my god.
Kamehameha. That's how you pronounce that.
I know it's a tongue twister. That's always what it's been for me, and I'm a Dragon Ball.
These ones are actually colored pencils. It's actually it's pretty neat what she can do with colored pencils. She can do far more with colored pencils than her pen.
To be technical, I'm great at coloring, but I'm better at tattooing.
I mean, if you want to stand up, I'm pretty sure you can get your thigh tattoo. I was gonna say when you go to lean over to show it, though, it's gonna be no one's gonna be looking at that tattoo.
You always try to boast.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about. It was my best way to tell her how to pronounce it. Because that's how you pronounce it, right? Kamehameha. Oh. And what I've noticed is on the StreamYard side and on YouTube side, it'll tick down when people haven't commented in X amount of time because they're not in the chat anymore. They're watching.
Yeah.
So it's there. Awesome. Yeah, Frontier and we've been friends for a long time. We
since the beginning.
Yeah, he's known me since I was quite a bit smaller. I can't remember how small he was at the time. I feel like he was like just about 700.
Not sure.
I can't remember. We talked about it before Frontier. I was like in the
beginning stages,
maybe 40s to the low hundreds.
Yeah, beginning
somewhere
stages.
around there. I met Swamp Rat when I was like 30, in the 37, 37 exactly when he became 38, and then I blew up.
Yeah, you took off like a rocket.
it's my method. It's going to take a little bit for everything to balance out for me to have the number of viewers to match up across all of my different content. Because not everybody watches my lives, not everybody watches my videos, not everybody watches my shorts. But I have a ton of people who watch my shorts. I have quite a few people who watch my videos, and I have quite a few people who watch my lives. Combined together make my total audience. But there's a select group, small group of people who cross between all three. So that's my core audience right there. That's what I want to build. I want to get to the point where whether it's a live, a video, or a short, no matter what, it gets 1,000 because my core audience is at that 1,000, and that's what I want. Because I have a wide audience, but I focus on my core audience, those that interact, those that watch everything, and comment, and are always here. You guys are awesome. I love doing this for you guys. It's not like I need those positive comments, even if I'm getting the negative comments, like criticism, feedback, or like I would have done it this way. I appreciate all of that, but I love how much just support and praise that my videos get from you guys. You guys are awesome, and you can ask her every time I look at my phone and I have a new notification, or I go on my studio and click into the comment section and see new comments that I have to answer and respond to. I get excited and I show her a bunch of them and I smile
like little schoolgirl.
I that's how I know my stuff is being appreciated, because you guys are taking a moment to stop and be like, these are my thoughts, even if it's just a thanks, this was a great video, or I enjoyed this one, or
done something different.
No, I'm thinking of actual things that have been said to me. Those have all been said. Great content here. Lots of wisdom in this one. Like, you guys are awesome. And I have some, like, champion commenters.
Besides your wife.
Yes. I try to tell her to hold off and not comment as soon, because I want to see everybody else before her. And I know that's it's not the way it's supposed to sound, but she understands what I mean. I don't want the tone or feedback of the comments to be tainted or led in any direction, because she's going to love whatever I put out no matter what, because she's usually there when I'm doing it, or she knows about it, or she's already seen it and she's helped me with the thoughts on it and stuff like that. Like, she enjoys whatever I put out. So her saying that it's a great video is like me saying it's a great video. And I don't want that on my comments until I've already gotten the feedback from everybody else. That makes sense. Oh, see, Anubis, that's kind of how I am with a lot of different subjects. And I know this is going to sound very, very arrogant. I'm not a know-it-all, but I know something about just about everything, if that makes sense. And I know that sounds like a very arrogant statement, but it's kind of like the whole jack of all trades, master of none. That's kind of how I am with knowledge. When I ran across the subject, I research it. And you can ask her, if I run into something, a subject, an area, or a word that I don't know, I research it. I back research it. I find out where it comes from, what it means, why we use it today, and I research everything because I'm a nut.
Mm-hmm.
Dana, right? Because I got corrected. It was Dana or Don? Dana. Dana. Dana Reed, how's it going? I had to go through the process. And exactly, Anubis, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the truth and the honesty, and like when I was okay, the way I snapped at the guy was justifiable. The way I did the video was maybe a little too harsh, but the point was made. The video way back, I actually might have removed it already, but the response video anyway.
Mhm.
Because there was another guy who commented with the same exact name, and he goes, "I don't see a problem here." So I had to tell him, I was like, "No, it was a guy, same profile name, different person, not you." So I think I removed it. But either which way, I had taken videos of Creature when we first got him, and he same running line, the same running line you guys saw me set up yesterday, same thing.
Both boys have.
And
Both boys have the same running line. Well,
Well,
not the same running line.
Monster
Partially.
has the honor of being upon my magnet line.
For now.
I can't go magnet fishing until we get a new line. But Creature was on his line, but he always liked to sit in the sun. He loved this one sunny spot in the middle of the camp, and he loved it. So I kept getting videos of him sunbathing. And this guy commented, being a real asshole about it, calling me a piece of shit, saying that he isn't sunbathing, he's tied out, and he has no choice, and quit being cruel. And he was like, he was really nasty in how he said it. So I made a short showing the whole thing, whole line, shade that he has options to, in the fact that he's sitting in the 1 4-foot square sunspot. And I kind of cursed like a motherfucker. I called him out by name and told him that, don't speak up about some shit in that tone of voice unless you know exactly what's going on here, because that was judgmental. Don't tell me I'm abusing my animal when this is one of the happiest dogs on earth. He gets to be at camp every day. He gets to be outside all the time. He gets to cuddle in the
He
hammock
doesn't
with
like to be
Dad.
inside.
They were both. They kept throwing fits because they were in the cabin. They didn't want to live in the cabin. They wanted to live at camp. But, okay, so I got it right. Dana. Well, that sounds about right. Jack of all trades, eclectic, well-rounded road scholar. And proper research is always a good thing. Exactly, guys. Sorry, that was a long fucking rant about the responses about that. But so but yeah, I research everything, like from stupid shit like that I would have no use for right now. Like I researched the different nuclear reactor types, their classifications, why they are classed that way, what's the difference between a Generation 3 and a Generation 4 nuclear reactor, not nuclear weapon. Sorry, I don't want to shorten that and have something. And why a thorium-fueled molten salt reactor is safer and more efficient to act as an earthen battery for energy production. So I've done research on that because I'm also in the midst of a 14-year project heading towards designing a self-efficient green city, and it's a long story. I may actually do it. It'd be able to get my copyright on the whole information. I could put it under the intellectual property rights. But anyway, Survival LT still here. Woo! Appreciate that, Anubis. He said judgmental. To me, it just sounds like you're being judged by people who are clearly mental. And yeah, like he called me a psycho. That's right. That was the main thing that pissed me off, is he called me a psycho in that first comment. And I was like, I'm a psycho because my dog is sunbathing. Okay, cool. You just pissed me off. So yeah, I appreciate that. Need to watch this.
us out.
I'll give you a correct. Pretty much. He said, I think you're like me, as far as don't speak on it unless you know about it. Oh man. Kicked up a thought, and it's one of those subjects that I really don't want to talk about.
So don't.
Well, no, it's one of those that I'm like dying to talk about, but I just know the controversy that comes behind that. I think it's Roe versus Wade.
No. No.
I
Just
know,
no. That conversation's not starting. It's not happening. Period.
but you know why I have my.
That shit's dead.
But that's what
I'm not getting into heated
when he's talking
arguments
about
right now.
don't speak on things unless you know about it. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I know some things, but so it's like I've gone on total wide sides of the spectrum, from like nuclear energy to solar and water power. Like,
You still have to get that stuff
yeah, but it's
just cooling down.
yeah. Figure probably run it just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like I researched the I've researched the math on what it takes to actually make a hydroelectric turbine to where you can have a water source power something. And when it comes down to it, the simplest way to explain it is it needs to have at least a 60-foot fall, at least a 30-degree angle, if I remember right. So I mean, that's the momentum you need to be able to spin a turbine in most water pipes. So I mean, I've gone that far into doing that kind of research to know how I would have to DIY it myself and make a mass scale of it. I'm just rambling at this point. It's the same thing with me, anyways. And yeah, Russell, it's something that I'm like, I want to talk about it because I have a strong personal opinion, but I understand a lot of people have really strong personal opinions about it, and a lot of people are ignorant on how they express themselves. And that's the nicest way I can put it. So it's touchy for me to go on to certain subjects because people are generally harshest when you hit them with the hardest truth. So, me too. One of my first shorts, I said there are three types of people: those that are for it, those that are against it, who don't care either. Covers almost everything. Yeah, there you go. That pretty much covers it. And with a lot of things, a lot of the big political crap, I don't care. I don't care for a lot of the whole political popularity contest and the whole fucking
Stupid.
yeah.
All it is stupid shit.
Honestly, I'm seriously considering writing out a government forum on how to restructure the government, and I'm gonna put out a fucking petition for it. Get 155 million signatures on that petition. We have a new government.
simple as that, and people don't understand it. We have that right. We're not happy with how the world is and how our country is and how life is. That's our solution. Someone find a better answer and put it out there. But people forget that. And that's also why I kind of sidestep religion. And why sometimes it's hard for me to stay in a live stream for too long that preaches too much. Because when it comes to diversity and equality and everything else, when you're doing something like this, the best way to do it is, hey, this old helmet. Now, I remember you coming in saying that before, and I thought you were a bot, and I was going to block you. Please remind me again that you're not a bot, or a troll, or an asshole, because we've had a few come in today.
Because that's what they said, kind of.
He did this before. I remember that name, this old helmet, and he came in and said the whole. I was gonna say, you guys always throw me off with those intros. Okay, thank you. Well, we've got some gunslinging going on today because we had a couple of issues recently and a couple of issues today, so we got some real fast on the trigger right now, and my main one I think is actually still hanging out in the background. So. You're occupied.
Yeah, but I was there before he was.
I know, but God, she gets so bothered. You don't count. You don't count when you're sitting right next to me. Fuck you too, bitch.
Fuck you too, bitch. Yeah.
See, but when it comes to religion, the reason I don't talk about the subject and I don't address it much is the fact that I have my own personal views. But there's like a couple of dozen easily mainstream views that differ. So you're going to limit your view and your prospects by, and this is just my view, and the reason I do it my way is that's why I don't put it on there, because I'll be limiting my view. Because the outdoors, nature conservation, exploration, adventure, animals, 90% of everybody can agree on it. But when I throw a slant on it in any direction, that's when it starts narrowing the scope. But my whole thing is having a wide scope. Ooga! Thanks, Helmet. You too. Kintu. I'm trying to remember Kintu.
Well, I don't remember it.
It was
what is it?
Yeah, it I believe it's similar to like it's like to the base. It's like the golden rule kind of thing.
It's being placed. I like that. I like that a lot. It's kind of cool.
That's a deep thought. Like,
Yeah, like that's pretty dope. I like that. That definitely deserved to be pinned up.
but not D-Man 50. I did see that too.
A government that governs least governs the best. And I think that's really what it comes down to is like to give you the framework of how I want to. I have my government. So I talked about my city that I'm designing, and I have been for a long time, and I've been designing every aspect of it from how to source materials all the way until expansion to duplicating it to another city. So I have it set up and established as a city state, an independent sovereign city state. That's my design plan. And the best way to explain it is it's more or less a corporation, but it's not based on profit. Like the corporation, the company that is running it, which is me, isn't trying to gain a profit. All I'm trying to do is expand to another city because the whole point of the city is it works with the environment to have a negative footprint. Polar bear, what's going on?
Said, are we camping?
Hmm?
He said, are we camping?
Yes. We've been full-time camping since April. But so the whole point of my city is I want to drop it in deserts, and it terraforms the desert back into the jungle oasis that it used to be by having a walking terraforming wall of semi-opaque solar panels that deposit a nutrient-dense solution which reconstitutes the soil and allows minor plants like grasses and stuff to start seeding to reconstitute the topsoil for other plants to be able to grab onto it and dig deeper into the soil and make an actual soil bed.
Happy birthday, polar bear.
Happy birthday, polar bear.
Thanks for chiming in on your birthday. Awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. Like that's a compliment right there to be joining in on your birthday. You could be doing anything, going out and getting fucked up, but you're gonna hang out with me. Which doesn't mean you're not getting fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Drink up. Yeah, what are you doing?
A deer got close.
Yeah, I just saw him. He's doing. And you're welcome.
But so that's the whole goal of my city is pretty much it's meant to provide housing opportunities, jobs, education, and environmental balance while being able to terraform the desert, which is a dead space, and be able to make it into a oxygen creating oasis to help reverse global warming. Just my style, my opinions, my views, all that. People don't believe in it, whatever. It's fine. So the whole governing body of it was meant to have a group. It was pretty much random selected groups, almost like jury, who would only serve a month at a time to be able to represent areas, and it was random. There wasn't any political voting process or nothing. It was totally random. People who are contributing members of the society, which if you're living in that city, you're contributing. It's the way it's designed. And they all vote and handle and manage the needs and requirements of the city to be presented to the next group, which is like the business managers and representatives for the financial side and the maintenance side and everything else, the things that make the city run. But none of them are positioned in a point to be able to make more profit for anything because that's not how it's designed. Everybody has their set salaries for the positions they're in for the contributions they provide. And that's how everything is managed. Because all it's supposed to do is provide what is needed and what is missing in society while fixing the earth. Because anything that is profit is just meant to be pushed into expanding it further, to terraforming more of the desert. And then when it gets to critical mass, reproducing the next city. And eventually you get 10, 20 of these cities planted around in deserts, you can reverse most of the plight that we face. Sorry, just a little thing. Exactly. It's really weird that the funniest part about all of it is we need each other. I don't know why we act like we don't. We all need one another. But live as you do.
Getting into some deep shit here today.
Well, well, it's great. I mean, we're holding people's attention. We've got 8 hanging out. I was going back to the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Happy everybody was wishing Polar Bear happy birthday. How you doing, bro? It's good to be back. I fell off for so long. I'm happy to see all my old crew creeping out of the woodwork, popping up. It's definitely nice. A lot of old friends popping up, meeting new friends, and growing together. Anybody has any links they want to drop, feel free. I'm still running promotions on my. I still have, all my updates that I did in my Patreon, and my new merch on my stores. You guys check that out. And I still haven't closed my tiers for the limited time tiers. I decided to run it until the 1st. I didn't announce it enough, and I didn't feel like people had enough opportunity. What's going on, Laura? How's it going? Thanks for popping in, hanging out. We getting into some deep shit here and there, and joking around, having a good time, getting ready to be gunslinging whenever these trolls or assholes decide to pop in, and try to avoid shooting someone who doesn't deserve it. Sometimes these people with these intros, though.
For the dentist appointment tomorrow. Yeah. I'm making him go to the dentist.
I mean, you're not making me.
Well,
I'm
no,
finally
not really.
able to
Yeah.
go to the dentist and get my shit fixed.
Through my work, we have insurance. So.
Oh, so the needing each other was also of kin to. He was fleshing out the explanation. So I mean, I don't know. I know I kind of went on a ramble there about my city and my government status, my government design there, and everything else. But that's the most I've actually talked about my city on here. So if anybody has any thoughts or what you guys think of it, I mean, go ahead and shoot.
In a couple different ways, you could say. I
I-
color a lot. I draw. I paint. I tattoo. Yeah, I guess you could say a little bit.
I mean, we both kind of are. I do my crafts, my carving, my tattoos, my drawings. I do a lot of technical drawings, but I hate showing them to people because in my head, it all makes sense. But if you look at it, it looks like a child's drawing because I do it super fast. And I just do little scribble notes to just remind myself what this little scribble square in the corner of this big square means. So I know what it means when I look at it, but people don't get it. But I do that because if I ever lose it, people are going to look at it and go, oh, and throw it away. No one's going to steal my ideas. Because that's how I do all of my inventions and my designs and everything else. No, you're totally fine, Anubis, and I really appreciate that. He said, "I don't know why you stopped, Native. You had me compelled." I stopped because I cannot express how much detail I've gone into this city. Like, to give you a kind of idea of the scope is I can picture every square foot of this city, every detail, every pressure dynamo in every sidewalk that creates power when someone walks on it. Every wind turbine that's on the highway median of the highway that loops around and through the city on its own separate track, so that way it doesn't congest the traffic. From 30 stories up to 140 stories below ground to my city-sized self-contained habitat, which is meant to be a fallout shelter for the entire city and then some. I have designed and thought of and detailed every square foot of it.
He has.
And expanded it into it goes from a party city center, central zoo, amusement park kind of center, spreading outwards into urban and rural areas until it ends up having farms that I can sprout out of nowhere, more or less, with the terraforming as it steps out. Like, it goes in stages. And, like, I can talk about this for hours. It's why I stopped. Pretty much. That's exactly what it is. No matter how much I sit here and explain to people, like, she tries to tell me she understands. And she does. She gets the idea. Nobody can picture what is in my head and how much it encompasses. Because I've spent over a decade planning it and designing it and tweaking it, having people poke holes all the fuck into my plans just to be able to fix those holes and improve my design. So it became an obsession for years. I didn't do anything but that. He says that's art. And it's like, I've considered actually hiring like an artist to try to get the depiction, and every time I think of that, and I'm like, there's no way
It's hard for me.
I would make this artist commit suicide with how much I would be like, no, not like that, fix that, do this. Oh, okay, but no, just do this, but like that. We would spend a month on one fucking building before he'd be looking at me like,
I'm gonna kill you. I quit.
oh, this isn't going to be my Da Vinci. Can you just... Like, he'd show up one day for work missing an ear. The side I talk on. Well, we're doing pretty good with the we've had I think we almost hit 10 at one point.
We've hit 12.
Yeah. But we haven't really dropped below 4 for very long. We're doing pretty good today. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. I know some of it's been a little all over the place. A little of it's been
ranting
and raving and odd and all over the place. But I mean, you know, it was intended that anybody wanted to share their channels or come up and hang out on panel. Yeah, because no matter how much they understand you, it's the intricacy. And it's like I try to explain, like the whole idea of it is everything connects into itself, and everything cycles into another part of the system, and there's no waste. And every time I try to think of and explain it, I go around into circles, and I keep forgetting, like, oh yeah, there's also this at this stage, and there's this at this stage, and I'm going back and forth so much. People are like, you they're nodding and they're smiling and they're like, oh yeah, that's awesome, that's interesting. That I lost them 10 minutes ago. Oh, nice, Laura.
Oh,
I didn't
nice.
I didn't know you
Yeah.
were a stoner. Send some our way. Come on, smoke.
Yeah, please.
Well, we got some coming in.
Yeah.
Hoping to. Susan Biggs said that she was going to be messaging us, but
I haven't heard anything.
did you end up sending her a friend request and all that?
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, sometimes Facebook doesn't send it through.
You did.
That's how I felt when I used to rent my music. You know, I bet that's like the biggest thing when it comes to it. And thank you, D-Man. Oh, I mean, that's only a 12-hour drive. It's no big deal. Come on.
For more.
Michigan.
It's not that bad.
She said, I'm in Michigan right now.
It'd be alright. Come camp for a week or two. Obviously not here.
I was at like 20 at one point.
Yeah.
Cool. I must have been rambling and I didn't even see it.
Yes.
When was that?
When you were rambling.
About my city?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
The more you were talking about it, the more they were coming in.
That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, there's a bunch of state parks around here with some nice lakes and some rivers and stuff. I really want to go back up the wells.
We need to go hang out with Susan.
No, remember, she's closer to Albany.
Oh, that's right.
So we would actually have to like go camp by the Mohawk or something.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Keep Creature away from the creature. Thanks, though.
Pretty much.
That motherfucker would come back out with a goddamn shark.
Yeah, he would. No lie, he would. Without a doubt.
Because he stands on the bank and he watches for stuff and then he tries to pounce on it.
And
I
he
swear
has
he's
more than a
eaten
few
some
times.
fish.
Yeah.
I swear he has. And that's the only time he eats fish because I've cooked it for him and he looks at me like, Dad, what's that?
Yep. Doesn't
It's
want
too small for
nothing.
it's
Yeah.
too big for me to swallow. Give me a live minnow. Okay.
That's what he likes. Even when he was in the boat, that's all he wanted. He wanted the fish.
Yes.
He wanted to get the fish.
He kept
He didn't
looking
care
over.
that he was about to drown himself.
He
wanted the fish.
And he kept wanting to flip me over. I had to tie a leash on either side of the canoe so he knew.
I'm super curious to see how both boys do in the canoe. But the problem is that I ride in a kayak, in my kayak, and yeah, I don't know how well Monster's gonna handle that. He's very protective and he's very overprotective. So I don't know how he's gonna handle it.
And Survival Lieutenant, I do believe a police would be nice, but I am being nice because I'm in an accommodating mood at the moment. He said share my channel. I said a please would be nice, but I'm feeling accommodating, so I did it anyway. There's your channel.
But next time, manners.
Just like when people come in and they're like, give me a wrench. No. Blue jacket. No. But you've been around for a while. I get it. And I can't remember if he's the one that there is a language barrier or not.
I don't really remember.
Oh. And I need to make Anubis a mod.
Mm-hmm. It won't let me,
No,
even though I'm the secondary.
No, you aren't put in as my manager, so you can't.
No.
I just haven't gone into that setting. It would make it easier, then you could actually upload directly to my channel.
Yeah, because I take lots of videos, but I don't upload to my own channel, so.
Yeah, and she always catches the cute shit when I'm sleeping and the dogs are
I
being
catch a
cute.
lot of cute shit. Like this morning.
I wonder how our views would do if we did a stick and poke tattoo.
Ancestors did it.
Huh?
The ancestors did it.
I know. I've been really wanting one, and you have India ink. I just want to say fuck it and have you do a tattoo
I need to
on
get
me.
better.
It's good enough.
No, it's not.
No, the good one in your calligraphy set that you didn't fuck with.
It's dried out.
No, the one wasn't.
Oh, the one I used.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good one, and it doesn't take much. I'd really like the tattoo.
Okay. It's gonna suck.
I know it sucks.
I know how to do it.
I know how to do it too. This did not come out bad. It was a stupid decision, but it didn't come out bad.
Emphasis on the stupid decision.
We're from the U.S., upstate New York. So we got a decent selection in here. What do you guys think? Would you guys be interested in watching a stick and poke tattoo, a traditional style tattoo?
The native way, obviously.
Because I need a band above my dragon. I know. I've been thinking about different fillers that I need. I need a band around above my dragon. And I need something right here. Because this is so plain. This is like the most open spot.
And uh-huh.
The reason people have been pushing in, he's still talking about people coming into the channel. We have engagement. People are talking and commenting. Oh, hi up here. Oh, okay. So shouldn't be a language barrier. So Laura votes yes on the tattoo.
Yeah. All right. We'll probably put up a poll. Thanks, Anubis.
Awesome. Love that. See, I love growing this community. I love this tight knit. Laura's been around forever. Survival's been around forever.
Laura's been around a long time now.
D-Man's been around for quite a while now too. Anubis, you're a new friend, but you're a great friend, definitely. You've been consistently around recently since you discovered me, and I appreciate that. That's like some instant loyalty right there, and I really like that. That was very wholesome to me, where you were telling me that one video, the quit giving a shit, and I'm really happy it came off the way I wanted it to.
Like, that's one of his best videos. I'm not even gonna lie. I love it. Like, it's one of the better videos.
And that was one of the first ones I tried a new style too. And thank you, Survival. I appreciate that. And if I remember to, I'll make you a mod so that way you can drop your links. I have no issues with that because as long as everybody that I care about is a mod, they can't be blocked. I got to make Laura a mod so she can't be blocked because some people do that just to be an asshole. So, and I believe I've seen Laura mod around sometimes. But like, if you don't want to moderate and I just give you that's just so that way you don't get knocked out of my channel or lost, nothing. You'll be around.
You can. If I was recording my first video, Laura.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean she's been around for a while.
You commented on so many of my other older ones that I thought you were around longer than that. That was one of my other good ones too. That's still doing good. That's almost at 3K.
So you can hang on to it, see the chat.
Anubis, she's talking about one of my older videos. It was earlier this year. Fowler's makeshift and mischief and makeshift and mystery. I can't think of his name right now. Zach Fowler. Him and Greg Ovens were charged with crimes against the environment and national parks in the Rocky Mountains of Canada because of firearms, devastating wildlife, and destroying the environment, dropping live trees.
There's a whole lot.
A shit ton of different crimes. And at the time, he was unreachable. He had gone to ground, and he wasn't reporting for court appearances. So I made a video responding to that situation, explaining how he's a big popular YouTuber and he gets a lot of support, but he's one of those that doesn't represent outdoors people with a responsible mindset who take care of the environment when we use it. Because I had to clear underbrush to be able to move, but I avoided taking out any of the small little sapling trees that were growing around so that way they could grow up to be new trees. Other people wouldn't have. So I was using that as an example and talking about that, and that got a lot of attention. So it was just, it was kind of, it was pretty much just my little, he doesn't represent us. He's an exception to what outdoors people are supposed to be. Please don't emulate that. Just think about it. Okay? Thank you. That's the modern native. That's pretty much what that whole video was kind of saying. So, but I think Anubis would appreciate that. Oh, I guess he handled it through a third party attorney kind of thing. Like he didn't go back and deal with it. He handled it through an attorney, probably greased some palms kind of thing. Like it just kind of went away. I haven't seen much about it or anything like that.
Me either.
And he's back to doing his thing still just the way he was.
Destroying everything.
And I know Anubis is I've been putting out so much that it's hard to go back through and actually watch all my old stuff because I'm constantly putting something new out. So he said the problem is all this fire content I can't keep up. Because he said I'm still diving through your stuff, Nate.
Yeah, I saw that.
But oh yeah, I'm pretty sure quite a few reported, and there was a lot that were very upset when they realized what was going on. And the reason I made that video is, again, just like with Corporal, I got upset. And I know that's not like the best way to do things, but that's the most real to me. When something affects you that much, you should share it because people are going to feel the same way. During that video, at the very beginning, his intro, one of the cutscenes is from later in the video where there's nothing before or after the sentence at either point, but he says, "It is criminal to have this much fun in the woods." I'm sorry, but if you have two brain cells, you can put two and two together and realize that there must have been a conversation in that time frame where they were talking about the number of laws that they were breaking. And he made the joke, "Oh, it's criminal to have this much fun in the woods." Yeah, it is the way you're doing it because you were you were committing crime. So the fact that he was so arrogant and even put that in the video, it pissed me off. And I felt the need to share and really kind of call that shit out like, "Oh, you didn't know, they didn't post enough, they didn't make enough announcements that you couldn't do that shit." But you even included the statement in your video. And yeah, I try to always use dead fall or dead standing. That's always my policy. And that's what I always try to tell everybody when I was talking about the firewood and stuff like that is, yeah, green burns, but
It destroys.
it destroys. And if you have an option, obviously survival situation, but get your fire. Get your fire, just get your fire. Dead will be better anyway, but if you don't have any in that area, which if you're in a survival situation, there should be some dead stuff because if you're that far into a survival situation, be outside of human activity to where it's going to be cleared out. But
You never know
random
nowadays.
fucking scenario, new forest, no deadfall, no dead trees. Yeah, cut your greenwood to survive, but that's not to just go and enjoy and have adventure. That's not what it is. Yeah, pretty much. Epic douchebaggery. He had no respect for Canada. Pretty much.
Yeah. Short.
Yeah. And I have a ton over there anyway. A whole like 2 trees worth of dead branches. With 2 dead standing.
I can still get that.
We should have stuff over there. I'll show you.
You just need enough to cook and to take care of the bugs pretty much.
Someone's jumping between branches. You hear little tinkles and little rattles. It's the squirrels jumping between the trees and they knock stuff down. And that's something I have to keep reminding myself, B-Man. He said, "Excellent advice, modern native. It goes unsaid for many, but great to hear if it spoken for the unaware." It's one of the biggest things a lot of YouTubers and content creators and even people who are teaching classes, a lot of things that they don't think about is if you're in the position to be educating someone else, there is a lot that you take for granted that you consider common knowledge or secondhand or instinct. You have to kind of take a step out of yourself to be like, how should I approach this if I know nothing? And that's what you have to remind yourself. If you know nothing, how should you do this? Or how should it be explained to you? So sometimes I forget that and I make more broader statements or more, we all know this kind of things. So yes, it is an issue sometimes. I forget. But something like clearing the dirt around a fire or clearing to dirt around a fire. A lot of YouTubers and content creators who are doing this outdoor stuff, they'll make a fire and they will show it on the forest floor. They won't clear nothing, won't make a rock circle, nothing. They will just make that tinder bundle in their hands. Look at me, I can make fire. And then they'll set it down on the ground. I'm sorry, but you have a responsibility as an educator, as a content creator, to make sure that you offer best practices and safety. You never see me start a fire not in a fire pit or in a can, because you never know. Like, this was where I was chopping and cutting wood to make a little loose bed of stuff. It's all good, Anubis. You have a good one.
See
And
ya.
absolutely, thanks for joining. Thanks for popping up. It was good chatting with you. Nice meeting you.
Come back
And
around.
definitely appreciate your support. So it's like people just have to think about that when they're in that situation where they're trying to explain something or educate or talk or do something like this, to where someone's going to look it up to try to learn how to do this. It may be their first time. They're like, oh, what is this? Oh, that seems interesting. Let me check it out. And they want to try something new. Your video is what they're basing their actions on. So there's a lot of times where people do this on the fly. So they'll put their phone up, they'll do the video, and while they're doing the video, they'll practice. What if you are one of those content creators who just made a fire in your hand and put it down on the ground? It was safe in your area because you just had a rain that morning, but you didn't tell anybody. You didn't mention it, you didn't say anything, you didn't point out safety. And then that person is sitting in our situation, dry pine needles, punk wood, dry broken branches, and they're like, oh, cool, I'll just grab a bundle of this, make my fire. Oh, cool, that was good practice. Ooh, that was hot. And they set it down. Now, this uneducated novice fire handler just started a fire on a dry bed on the forest floor, and that's going to spread really fast. That may kill them if they panic. So if you don't start everything off with reinforcing the safety points and the safety facts, all you're doing is very possibly putting something out there that can hurt someone. So, I mean, that started from the unsaid for many, but great to hear for the unaware. So yeah, that's what that was all about. Oh. Yeah, my neck is all cranked up still. I don't even know what you're talking about. That too, yeah. That's a weird opener again.
Yeah, and you need to.
Just that's a weird opener. And what's funny is that's actually one of my stunts that I like.
But it's Adkins, not
Akins.
Akins.
No, Luke Akins.
I don't know who that is.
I think it's a YouTuber or something. But anyway, we're gonna be closing it out here soon anyway. We gotta go get firewood. And now I just can't stop thinking about that. Alright, D-Man, if you want to fire that one off, go ahead.
No subs to account.
No.
It's spam.
Yeah,
It has
yeah,
the right
okay.
No.
I mean, you know you got to be having a good stream if you got that many people coming in pulling bullshit. it means it's getting spread around. So I'm doing something right. So I know this was a really long, rambling one. Really random. Part of it's, showing out, the heat, having a buzz.
Yeah, mosquitoes are eating me alive. I need to change and then put some shoes on to go to gym. Unless we get that wood that I don't need to chainsaw.
No.
Yeah.
We should. And I can use the actual.
I'd prefer not, but okay.
I'm just worried about you with the double head. That thing is.
It was fine before. And it's not that heavy, actually. I like that one more than I liked your other one. This one I can actually work with.
Oh, yeah, my other one was a heavy square.
Yeah. This
Well,
one's
heavy
not too
compared
bad.
to that.
And I can put my full weight on it now, so.
Alrighty, unless anybody has anything else they want to talk about or any last questions or anything else. And
hang on. Okay, now I'm done.
and you guys get one last reveal. Yeah, the way it just pumps these out. That's why whenever she's like, I need a new coloring book, and I'm like,
It
just
takes
got
a
like
matter of
3 of
days.
them.
When I actually do color, I don't really have like the strength anymore. Work my ass off. It's been kind of rough, but I'm trying to get back in the groove of doing a lot more stuff. And coloring was that one thing that I haven't been able to do much. So, yeah. I'm missing out.
D-Man, I think it's really funny that you said that, because that was going to be my next one. That was my next one in the time series. Because I don't know if anybody realized it, but each of the videos that I've released recently are all starts to series. And the next one on that one is Time is Priceless. Legit. I love that you said that.
I always like this one, yeah. This is one of my better ones. That one I did with gel pens. A little bit darker.
Look at the details that she got in there. Like there was some fine lighting in there to do with pens.
It took me a little bit. I had to be very.
See, that's great, Survival. And Survival, I really believe you are a little bit behind on the chat. You got to click the if you click on the screen and you go to the corner and click the live button, it should bring you up to the live. So I do believe you're a little bit behind.
This one didn't really come up.
It's busy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's busy, so it's hard for you to see the different details like you do with the other one.
This is one of my newer books. This one came out great. I just can't get over it. Yeah.
I looked over at Creek.
That one didn't come out as I would have liked.
I like that one though. Did it land in your ear? It looked like it.
That one came out kind of gay.
I like that.
I don't see why.
But it's also perfect for the message. You can see in the corner it says keep creating. There you go. It was perfect message. Alrighty, y'all. So 2:45. Hang on. Totally. Do the honors.
Coloring, just
Color?
like it spells.
COLORING. In the comment sections down below for my replay champions, if you're watching this on the replay and you made it all the way through and you were paying attention and you just caught the code word, put it down into the comment sections down below. And let me know that you are a replay champion, and I'll have something coming out very soon for you guys to celebrate my replay champion.
That is only for the ones who do the actual replay. We can tell.
Mm-hmm. I like D-Man did finish it, but I like to pick on him because he hopped down and he put the code word in. And he goes, "I'm still on the replay. I'm still watching." I'm like, "Okay." And I know he does. He's a good dude.
Yeah, right there.
And I love that. He said, "Thank you all. Listening made work more enjoyable." Thank you, D-Man. And that's what I enjoy. If I can educate, inspire, entertain, or just make your day a little bit better. Makes it worth it. You can roast me anytime. Absolutely. That's what friends are for, right?
All right, y'all. I'm gonna say bye because I'm out. He'll do his thing.
I usually do. And
See ya.
and he's dropping my links for me for the last bit. Man,
Did you see I hung up my sword? Your sword? And the stick? The arrow stick? The shark stick? Looks like a shark. It does look like a shark, okay? But I call it the shark stick.
and D-Man, did you see I actually fixed that the Spreadshirt link? I actually finally fixed that one, so that's the actual main page for my store. I kept forgetting that I had it on the accessory page when I did the link and not the actual store page. So somebody kept pointing out that it wouldn't work. Something was wrong with it, so I finally fixed it. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. So, alright. So until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast.